Now that we have gradually set out the hierarchy of our application, the next thing what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to provide a storage mechanism. That what should be the storage mechanism of like storing the username, and as well as when the user sign up for that person, and all these things should be stored in a certain mechanism way. So for that purpose we're going to have to create a database, and in that database we're going to have to store the data. And other things we need is the friends and messages. We're going to have to keep the track on the messages and as well as the friends list. So for that purpose what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to create another package with the name of toolbox, and that toolbox would contain 4 different classes or 3 different classes which contain and which would store the information of the friends and as well as of the messages plus the database contentment. So let's get started. First of all, I'm going to click on the source folder, then I'm right click in new and package, and then I'm going to create com.beta.android chatter.toolbox, and then I'm going to click on finish. And after clicking on finish, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to provide a class in here. So I'm going to use a class controller of friend. So I'm going to use controller of friend class would actually allow us to store the user key and plus the user and the friends list information in that area. So I'm going to click on the finish key, and that what we have is a controller of friend class. This class will store the user info and would check the user key according to the stored combination. So now I'm going to create a reference to the info of friends class in the typo. So for that purpose I'm going to use as public info of friends, and then I'm going to use it as an array. I'm going to use friends info, that's it. And now I'm going to use public info, and that's it, info friends. Once again, unapproved friends, unapp friends or unapproved friends, you can give it any name, friends, and that's it. And public string active friends. So what this really means is the string would actually represent those friends which are actually currently online, and it will actually represent those friends which are not approved by other user, and this would actually represent those friends information which are actually added to the list. I'm going to press enter. Now I'm going to create a getter and setter for the friends information. So public, so I'm going to use static void and set friends info, and then I'm going to use info of friends, and that is friends, and then I'm going to set the friends, actually this friends, to the controller of friends. So controller of friends dot friends info is equal to friends, and I'm going to actually allow them to null. That's it, because we haven't any data about the friend info and unapproved friends. So I'm just going to change the modifier of the friend info to static, and that's it. Now also static, and now we are good to go. Now I'm going to check out the friends information with the user key. If the user key and the username matches, then we're going to pass out the results. If doesn't matches, then we're going to not pass out the results. I'm going to use public. I'm going to use the reference of the info of friends, so public static info of friends, check friends, and then I'm going to pass on a username and user key, and that's it. Now it is asking me to pass on the return statement, so I'm going to pass on the return statement until that, and I'm going to check it out that if friends info is not equal to null, and do the following step. That if the information of the friends about that friends are available not, if it is not equal to null and there is something, then do something. So before that I'm going to create actually another variable like result is equal to null. That's it. And then I'm going to pass on a for loop, and that will loop through each and every friend and would check it with the username and user key. If it matches, then we're going to pass out the result of the information of the friends, and that would be like if sorry, I'm going to pass on int I is equal to 0, I is less than friends info dot length and I plus plus, and then I'm going to pass on. So I'm going to check it out that if and friends info I dot username dot equals username, which we have passed in as a parameter, and friends info I dot user key dot equals, and that would be like user key, which we have passed on, then do the following. That's it. Then we're going to put that specified friends information into the info friends results and pass it on. So I'm going to use result is equal to friends info I, and that would be a specified information about that particularly friend, and I'm going to use break statement, and then it will breaks out of this if statement plus the loop. So I'm just going to return the result. I'm going to get back, and instead of null I'm going to return the result. That's it. Now the last thing is I'm going to have to create a getter for the set friends information method. So for that method, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to get back, and I'm going to use public void get friends info. That's it, and save it. And now I'm going to copy this bunch of code from here, and I'm just going to paste it in here, and that's it. And this time it will be only with the username, not with the user key, and I'm going to pass on the username in here. That's it, and I'm just going to pass it on. And now we have actually, now I'm just gonna actually scroll it a bit, and that will be actually giving me like a get friends info. So I'm gonna give it a name of static info of friends and get friend info, and now that's it. Now we have actually provide a setter and getter for the providing the and getting the information of the friends, and then passed on a loops to pass on each and every individual friend and then get the information of it.